So Steam is having a massive sale right now, and Gaben made me spend so much money. So much money. Take my money, Gaben. Fuck you. I'm not buying any game for at least 50 years after this shopping list that I've made. But there was one game that wasn't on sale, but I bought it anyway. Some people call it the spiritual successor to F.E.A.I. I call it the real F.E.A.R free, or F.E.A.R, F.E.A.R, whatever. Let's talk about Trepang2. Trepang2 is a video game. Thank you for watching. I don't know what happened to Trepang1. It just doesn't exist. They immediately jumped to the second one. I don't even know what Trepang means, but all of this shit doesn't matter. What does matter is that you can do this. And this. So yeah, this is a cool game. The premise goes something like this. You're a cool badass Chad dude named Subject 106 who was trapped in some underground facility. You're rescued by some mysterious figure, find a gun, and kill everyone in the facility. Then, you're rescued by some Chad organization, and from there, you're sent on missions to fight the Horizon organization, where you can cause as much chaos and destruction as you want. That's nice. To be honest, the story is not really interesting or even important in these types of fast-paced shooters, just like our Lord and Savior.
The vessel that houses energy-based fourth-dimensional being John Carmack once said that a story in a game is like a story in a porno. It's expected to be there, but it's not important.
I don't really agree with that. I do think that a story in a video game is really important, but not in these types of games. But it's there for those who care about it. You can even find interlogs that give you more details and backstory. Lots and lots of interlogs, and you can read all of them. I did not do that. There are some things that happen in the end, but I'll leave that for the spoiler section. But how does this game actually play?
Well, I'm so glad you asked. Let's just find out, shall we?
If you've ever played F.E.A.R, you know the excellent spooky gung fu horror shooter that came out in 2005, which is almost 20 fucking years ago, and is one of the best shooters ever. If you've ever played that or watched videos about it, you should be familiar with the bullet time mechanic, the slow motion mechanic. In F.E.A.R, it was called reflex mode, and here in Trepang, it's called focus. And yeah, it helps you focus on all of the blood and guts that are flying across the screen because of your carnage. Just like in F.E.A.R, you can do awesome shit like activating focus while jumping, while dual-wielding pistols and shooting these poor bastards in the face. But unlike F.E.A.R, your focus doesn't recharge automatically. You need to murder enemies to charge it up. I think that's a good idea because otherwise you could have just hide in a corner somewhere like a little bitch and wait for it to recharge. Of course, you don't have to use focus all the time. You can just shoot enemies, throw grenades, throw enemies and grenades at the same time, which is my favorite thing to do in this game. Hit them with your gun, hit them with your foot, slide and knock them off, or grab them, or slide and then grab them, which is my second favorite thing to do in this game. Or you can just throw them over and over again. And if all of that wasn't enough for you, there's also stealth, kind of. At the very beginning, the game tries to teach you that you can use stealth. And yeah, that is an option. But you're not really going to use stealth in a game where you can slide kick someone while shooting them in slow motion and making them explode on their friends. No, the only stealth tactic that you're going to use is using your camouflage to sneak behind someone and grab them, or to just run away from a tough situation. and there are going to be a lot of tough situations. At least if you're playing on hard difficulty or higher, you're not playing on medium, are you? Or easy difficulty, right? Right? Don't be a scrub noob. You can only play on hard difficulties or else it doesn't count. As if life wasn't hard enough already. I'm kidding. You can play on whatever difficulty you want as long as you have fun. People who unironically do what I just did should be put in jail. Anyway, I played on hard for most of the game and eventually bumped it up to very hard, and let me tell you, I got my cheeks clapped hard. It was fun though, it's challenging, it makes you think on your feet, literally. And for the most part, there's no bullshit difficulty spikes. It is bullshit that you need to find a special serum to dual wield weapons, but I guess the devs didn't want you to have this ability from the start of the game, cause let me tell you, it's too awesome. Especially when you have a shotgun. The guns are great. You have your pistols, your shotguns, your grenade launchers, machine guns, submachine guns. And like in F.E.A.R, you have the Penetrator, which is also a grenade launcher. Yeah, you can customize weapons here with this little box. It's cool. You can put attachments on your guns, laser sights, increase your accuracy, but most importantly, you can turn the shotgun into a fucking flamethrower. You can make the shotgun shoot incendiary rounds, which means that when you tear your enemies apart, you also light them up on fire. And if you're dual wielding the shotgun, well, you know, it's over. It's done. At that point, you're cooked. If this doesn't make you want to play this game, I don't know what will. The only bad things I would say about this game is that you can only hold 2 weapons at any given time. I don't understand why. There's not much room for experimentation because of that. It feels like an intentional design flaw. You could hold 3 weapons in F.E.A.R, and that was awesome. Also, this game is short. Like, really short. But you do get a combat simulator and some side missions, which are also short, but pretty fun. You also get weapon attachments from these missions, so that's neat. These side missions are wave-based, which means you're practically stuck in one place and you need to kill a bunch of enemies. If you're looking for something deep, you won't find it in these missions. There was one mission where it seems like you've been teleported into a stalker game. It seems mysterious and chilling. There's no one around, just this house in the middle of nowhere. Then you go inside, you go underground, you find this weird place, deactivate some stuff, and you get attacked by these yellow things? Yellow circle things. Okay, then you go back outside, and what do you know? Again, like in every side mission, you're fighting waves of enemies, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's a good thing the gameplay is fun, because it is fun tearing them apart, but there could have been more. This level gave me a spooky vibe. Speaking of spookiness, there are some quote-unquote horror set pieces. Unlike F.E.A.R, there is no little Japanese girl who isn't Japanese at all. No, here, you have this place, which reminds me of the hospital levels from F.E.A.R 2. It's quiet and a bit spooky, and then you're attacked by these gooey, fleshy monsters that like to puke on you, and they look like puke themselves. This happens a few times, and one time you literally need to throw them into a reactor to blow it up. So yeah, this game isn't scary, but it tries to dip its toes into the horror genre. This game not being scary is not a bad thing, the action is the most important thing here, but those who expected it to be exactly like F.E.A.R will be disappointed. What? Since when was I playing Escape the Backrooms? What? I was actually thinking of buying that game, but now I don't have to. There are some parts where the game tries to jump scare you, but I don't know. I'm not really scared by JPEGs. Jump scares, huh? I can do that too.
Generator power to the loading bay was activated somehow. What? Oh, fuck. That's not good. And it gets worse. PA system said there is some unauthorized activity in the loading bay. Think we ought to check it out.
Shit. Think we got infiltrated. Or, I don't know, maybe the rescue team. No, never mind, no. He's just trying to play tricks on us. We gotta stay focused, stay with the team. It's just trying to separate us. Not gonna happen.
Boo. The closest it gets to being scary is this part, where you watch this poor man get eviscerated by this Batman thing.
Some reinforcements over here.
And then it almost kills you. But of course, eventually you blow it up and kill it yourself in a boss fight. There are actually a few boss fights in this game. Some are against mutated creatures, like this one. Some aren't really boss fights, but they are the leaders of the soldiers you slaughter. Eventually they get pissed off at their soldiers and try to take you down themselves, but of course, it doesn't end well for them.
Sierra 1, you need to move in now. Sierra 1, give me a sit rep. Sierra 1, respond. Son of a bitch. Sierra 2, move in. I got your back.
Watch my back, I'm loading!
Sierra 2, what the fuck is going on in there? Sierra 3, engage! Control, this is Sierra 4 actual. Sierra 3 is KIA. Should we still move in there? Please advise. Get the fuck in there now!
And sometimes you fight special bosses. Bosses who have special powers, like you. And I think this is a good time to get into spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled, or you just don't care about the story, go to this time. Okay, so while you're progressing through the game, you keep hearing something about breaking the cycle. Some bosses even tell you this when you kill them. You don't know what that means, so you keep going, blindly following orders from the shady organization that saved you in the beginning. I mean, they saved you. They're on your side, right? They have to be the good guys, right? Well, towards the end, you go on a big mission where you directly attack the Horizon Corporation headquarters, which is the organization you've been fighting all this time. Their leader tries to bargain with you and tries to convince you that, hey, maybe we're not the bad guys. Maybe your organization are the bad guys. Maybe you're being manipulated, but you don't listen and you carry on with your genocide. You know, like a good minion, a good genocidal minion. Eventually, their leader tries to upload his brain somewhere, and if he succeeds, then that kills you for some reason. I didn't really get that part, but you need to stop him from doing that. And after a lengthy battle, you finally kill him.
Priority target, KIA. You've done it, 106. Horizon is finished.
Finally, you did it. And then of course you're betrayed by the people you were working with.
Don't fight it. You were our most valuable asset, 106. You served the Syndicate well. It's time for you to retire now.
You're one of many cycles, 106. Each of you were created for a special purpose.
The enemy triumphs today, but our sacrifice will not be in vain. For we have planted the seed to break the cycle. If only you knew. You can't do this to me. I've sacrificed everything for this!
Cycle 106 is complete.
And then of course, they try to bone you alive. You know, standard stuff. They're going to kill me, Oh, that was easy.
Subject 106 betrayed us!
I betrayed you? You've got some nerve. Now you're fighting your own organization, which is pretty much the same as fighting Horizon, gameplay-wise, until...
Start the next cycle. Start the next cycle now.
you get to the final boss.
Initiating cycle 107.
Wait, is that how I look?
1-7. Terminating subject 106.
Now you understand what they meant by breaking the cycle. This shit has been going on for a long time. 106 times to be exact, which is your number. Now you're fighting 107, which is like 007 but less cool. You're fighting your next incarnation. You're literally fighting the next cycle. And he is pissed. He tries using camouflage, just like you do. But that doesn't help him. Doesn't help him at all. I still kick his ass. So of course he chops off my arm. Now you need to fight this bastard and some soldiers with one fucking arm. That's quite the pickle. You can't grab anyone, you can't dual wield anymore. Fuck! I just started sliding everywhere, all of the time, which is something that I already did very frequently, but now that's pretty much the only thing I did. Come on! I can take you on with one hand, you Terminator looking ass. Don't interfere, this is between me and him. Oh ho, I don't know if it's a dude or not. Eventually, after abusing his AI and baiting his attacks, I got him. So everyone died, I guess, including me? Okay, overall, I really enjoyed this game. It's not as good as F.E.A.R, but I don't think it should be compared to it so heavily. It does its own thing, and it does it well, for the most part. The combat is amazing, and it's probably one of the best shooting experiences I've ever had, in a video game of course. The story has some good and cool moments, but overall is forgettable, which is fine in a game like this. If you're itching for something similar to F.E.A.R, or just want a fast-paced shooter where you can literally roast people alive while sliding in slow motion, well, look no further. Thanks for watching.
Oh, come on, what the fuck?